we're back. Thank you again, guys, for staying with us here on Entertainment Central as we get ready for Tobago October Carnival. As we pinpoint what band we're going to be playing with, what fets we're going to be hitting, what music will we be chipping to, and as we say what music we are going to be chipping to, we are talking soca right here on the island. And we were speaking to Juby, yes, Jumani Cox, our entertainer right here, our soca artist right here, Tobago grown, indigenous to our island. More girl for me, more girl for him, more girl for all the men out there. Listen, check out the clip. And we are talking soca. I mean, throughout the episodes, I've been giving you little snippets to get you ready for the road. And if we are talking getting ready for the road, we are not only talking about masqueraders. We're not only talking about who you're going to be chipping with, but what are you going to be chipping with? And so this evening, guess who we will be talking to? We will be talking to Mr. Juby. Juby, the soca artist. Juby, welcome to Entertainment Central.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Skibby doo bang bang. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here.
Very good, and we are happy to have you, and things are heating up. And I know that you dropped a song recently.
Correct.
More girl for me.
Yeah. I say it like that. I say it.
Because I mean, what a world without women, beautiful women, but then more girl, more of them for you.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. In Trinidad and Tobago, we are blessed with some of the most beautiful women in the world, and that is no mama guy. That is just how it is. That's the reality. That's the reality. And I mean, looking at the climate, I like to enjoy myself. You know, I've been performing for years, since primary school level. I've been songwriting and just enjoy entertaining people. And when I looked at the climate and just getting a sense of what's the vibe nowadays, I say, speaking with some of my collaborators, Full Blown Entertainment and stuff, I was like, this is the right concept for the situation that we're in right now. Fellas fighting up with this wildness and this violence and stuff, and throwing off the ratio. Now, me personally, I don't mind having more women in the dance, you know.
I agree.
You know, but this song is a fun song, but it is also telling the individuals who want to fight up and be on the wildness and the violence that, hey, when you think about it, while you rubbing and shooting and on that violence vibe, it's more woman for me. You know, so it's really just a happy song, but it still has a message attached to it, and I think it could work.
I like how you say it's a happy song, because to me, you always bring a nice mix of wine and jam, sort of groovy, kind of sweet, feel good kind of soca. That's your thing.
Yeah.
All right, good. And I think
I like how you float. I like how you groovy
because
kinda.
It makes me feel that way. You know, you bring that kind of, you know, that feel good, kind of little sexy in between, but still, you know, chip down the road, kind of. I don't know. You bring that vibe. You give me that. Yeah. All right. So before we dive right into the song, I want you to tell me a bit about Juby, the entertainer.
Yeah. So, well, I have been grounded in Calypso. Special shout out to my father Lasana in the Calypso fraternity. He would have introduced me to the Calypso part of our culture. And growing up, I always liked to entertain people. I was a jokester in class, but I also fell in love with storytelling, you know, and freestyling. And that's why I also do extempo as well. But that's a different part of the conversation. Yeah, and I rhyming, and it was always a joy for me to kind of entertain people through the choral part of things, through the call and response, the love way, and looking at the likes of the Mighty Shadow. I was amazed as a youth man watching these great storytellers deliver their lyrics and still entertain you and maintain a vibe and a rhythm and a vibration that we can still enjoy today in 2024. And I started to work on my craft in terms of songwriting. Of course, I would have put out songs. My first official recording would have been 2010, 2010, yes, for the 2011 National Carnival season. And it's so funny, the name of that song was actually More Girls. But it was a different concept.
Right.
Slightly. And as I continue to grow in the sector, which is now evolving into a major industry, at one point I was trying to figure out which lane to go in terms of my style. Because yes, I like storytelling. Yes, I'm grounded in calypso. Yes, I have the little lav way. But my generation would more gravitate a particular style. So I didn't want to get too carried away with trying to go with the trend. So I was always on the quest to perfectly form or craft Juby,
right,
and the way how I would put out music, because I would have worked with other songwriters even to date, but I always want to maintain my style. So over the years I have been just performing and absorbing different energies and looking at what the climate is, because I would have my imagination, but storytelling also involves describing what is taking place, you know, for people to relate. So when I do my music, I always keep the people at the forefront, and as much as I would want to get creative in terms of my imagination and stuff, I feel like I have a duty to speak to the people and relate to the people through my soca music with calypso in the fabric of it, you know, Lavion.
Listen, you touched on so much. You touched on the evolution of calypso into soca. You touched on some of your influences like Shadow. You touched on your ability or your need or want to hold on to your individuality in such a diverse sector. How do you keep grounded in all of that? How do you keep, what is your tact? What are your skills? What is your expertise? What is your routine that you rely on to keep Juby grounded and keep Juby on that path to where Juby sees himself going?
I wouldn't lie, Lavion, it's a difficult task because I listen to a cross section of music. Like I would listen to hip hop, I would listen to reggae, I would listen to dancehall, I would listen to even country music. I'm in love with melodies. So if I hear any type of song, whatever genre it is, and the melodies capture me, I would listen to that song all week, into months, sometimes the whole year. It's added to my playlist with now on all these streaming platforms and stuff. So it's difficult because I'm not going to sit here and say that I focus on myself only and only on my craft. And no, I am influenced by all type of music, all type of situation, all type of energies. And to answer your question specifically, I always remind myself that people would, just like me, would listen to all type of music, but for you to really build a fan base, you have to be original. You know, so yes, you can be influenced by different genres, different environments and so on, but someone would follow Juby or become a Juby fan or a fan of Juby's music if Juby alone is providing this particular style. So I constantly remind myself of that. And I guess that in itself is what keeps me. I am always on the quest to maintain my originality.
Nice, and that is why I love that feel-good feel that you give. All right, good.
It feels real good, huh?
It does. It does. Indeed, it does. All right, so we're diving into the song "More Girl for Me." Tell me a bit about who wrote the song, the influence of the lyrics, what captivated you. Yeah, I mean, it's so much we could talk about. Well, let's start there.
Well, again, big up to Full Blown Entertainment. I had a song last year entitled Work It, which did really well. And
very well.
I always thank the people who initially jumped on board with the song. I mean, because you would put out music and it's up to the people to decide if they like it or not. You can't force something onto them. But I'm always thankful for the support in Tobago where it started. And we formed a really good relationship, Full Blown Entertainment, and following 2023, we into 2024 now. Yes, following 2023, I was in constant communication with them, and we were still trying to follow up, but not just follow up, but just continue to produce good music. you know, and I would have been writing a number of different songs, different melodies. And whilst doing that, as musicians, you would have your own personal thing going on, but from time to time, you would collaborate. And they actually sent me an initial melody for this song, well, an initial demo of this song, and I liked it, but I was busy dealing with other stuff.
Yeah.
And as I watched the situation with the crying, I must say that I can't ignore that. I was like, you know, somewhere in the pipe, in the catalog, I have a song that speaking to the crime, but also something that people could enjoy.
Yeah.
So I went back into the voice notes, the 1,000,001 voice notes, and I listened to this song and I say, hey fellas, this is it. This is it. So it wasn't a particular moment. It just was again understanding what is happening in society, what's happening in right on the corner in some cases. I was like, nah boy, I have to do my part and be responsible, but at the same time maintain my same vibration, which is having a good time and just attaching just a little, you know, when you're sending the emails, you just have a little attachment. Yes, you have the body of the email, you know, but you have an attachment, and the attachment has that message. So we produced the song, officially recorded the song.
Right.
Of course, I added my vibe to it. Special shouts to Nikolai Green as well. He would have mixed and mastered the track. Ronnie J. also in Grenada also had a part to play in the song.
It's a Caribbean collaboration.
Yes, it's a Caribbean collaboration indeed.
What?
And it's groovy. You know when you suck a sweet mango, like sweet mango is, and sometimes it's good to be confident in what you put out.
Of course.
This particular mango, more girl for me. Because women sweet like mango, you know. I think once you really bite and squeeze the juice into your system, you can't avoid this song. This song, the melodies, everything, I'm thankful for. I actually am satisfied because at the end of the day, I would put out content, but I will always strive to better my craft. And I'm satisfied with this project, and I can't wait for the world to enjoy this.
And to see us shipping down the road. So, to it. So, Soca Titans auditions on September the 16th. Will we be seeing you there?
Wonder if it's time to make an official announcement.
Well, I mean, it is Entertainment Central, so there's no better place, right, viewers? There's no better place to make that announcement.
What I would say, though, is Soca Titans, I participated last year, for those who don't know. And I must say that having the Soca Titans competition is very important for the soca artists in the space, because it's a platform where, and we persons would tune in for different reasons.
Sure.
Some would Bill Jones, some genuinely want to hear what the artists are doing.
Support,
some would just support who they would know have been through their journey in the career. But generally, I think it's a great platform for one, the camaraderie amongst the participants, which I could attest to, which occurred last year, and two, putting together, like raising the bar. So you going in a competition, you're challenging each other, and you want to win.
Yeah.
But more so you want to put out a good product. So I say all of that to say, yes, I'm interested.
All right, good. We're happy to hear that Juby and Soca Titans again this year. But I just want to touch a bit on last year as well. I know that Festivals Commission would have had a project in which they worked with the entertainers to help them hone their craft and would you say that some of the things that you learned there stayed with you and you were able to build on that? It was a very necessary and productive
yes indeed
venture.
Yes indeed. As I mentioned before, I am satisfied with the product in terms of this particular song, this new track, More Gal For Me, but you never know enough. You're always learning, and you could always do better. You could always find different creative ways to put out content, to put out music, and that initiative last year, I would say, was definitely a good one. Of course, it wasn't as long as it should be, But of course, for different factors, they would know why it happened in that space of time. But during that particular period, Sharon Phillips and her team, they really focused on development, because that's the biggest picture. You want to not just put out music and go into 3 events and perform and that's it. You want to be able to be representing your brand.
Yes.
And from a collective, you want to represent Tobago in a big and large way. And I must commend that initiative. Of course, different artists would have their point of views, but for me, I think in the short space of time, it was very intentional in terms of exactly what they wanted to do in terms of developing each and every one of us, and I appreciate it. I appreciate any kind of assistance, any kind of wisdom as I continue to on my quest to becoming an even better entertainer.
Right. Listen, Juby, I'm enjoying this interview, and I think with the both of us, we might end up rolling into half an hour to hour. So to give the viewers what they need, I mean, social media handles, anything, someone looking to book you, how can they do that? Besides that, would we be seeing you on the road?
Well, for those who don't know, I actually was born on a Carnival Tuesday. So my government name, Jumani, actually means born on a Tuesday. But I remixed it a bit because I was born on a Carnival Tuesday. Right? And why I'm saying this is because Carnival is part of me.
Yeah.
So how can I not be part of the road? Now this song is a groovy song. Of course, you could chip, man, as the song says, chipping on the pavement. You could still get that. But at the end of the day, I am out there. I outside Lavion. I am definitely going to be in the mix. And I'm glad you asked about bookings. Juby Official on social media. JUBYOFFICIAL. On social media, on Instagram, you can find. And if you're really serious about the booking, officialjuby@gmail.com. So that's Juby Official on all social media platforms, including, or if you have your favorite streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, so on, you can find the music there. But if you're serious about bookings, officialjuby@gmail.com.
Nice. Juby, I want to thank you for joining us this evening, and we are looking forward to having you back here with us before the season is out. And looking forward to seeing you on the road. And listen, his song is already out on the radio stations. I've heard it.
You hear it?
Pumping in my car. Yes, right? So guys, listen to me. Support our own Juby. He has been bringing the heat and bringing good entertainment. Support our soca artist right here. He will be in Soca Titan. So, once you're on that live stream in the comment section, we should be seeing Juby. More girl for me, right? So, Juby, again, thank you. And viewers, thank you for joining us here on Entertainment Central. Remember, Juby on the road. Tobago October Carnival 2024. And remember our hashtag, My Tobago Carnival Experience. We'll be right back.
Like the man them crazy, I feel it mixing the rum too strong again. The plate full of sexy lady, but them are out in the streets, they won't leave the people in peace. While I'm jamming on the pavement, with all them y'all are chipping on the pavement. With real woman, if you come to rub and shoot, you come to rub and loot. I wind in with the girl right through. When you think about it, think more girl for me. See if them fighting over this.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Juby. Viewers, make sure to support Juby in the Soca Titans. Remember, auditions is September the 16th. You want to be there present, or you definitely want to be on that Facebook Live. I'm pretty sure Tobago Updates Television, we are going to be bringing it live for you, right? You do not want to miss a beat. Support our own. Kudos going out again to Juby. What a song. Bubbling. Indeed, he always brings us really nice, groovy vibes. That kind of music that keeps us feeling good, feeling happy as we chip down the road. Kudos again to him. We have so much more for you right here on Entertainment Central. Don't go anywhere.
LP, just